is operating out on that right-hand flank. An early yellow card here has been brandished in the direction of Juninho Matio. Foul on Vesopaka Tatanyane. Currently on the books of Dwaneng Galaxy, previously at Miscellaneous FC. That call goes in favor of the Seychelles. Ranked 52nd in Africa. It's the lowest team in the COSAFA region. Or the Seychelles. That's Boko. Kept goal for Gaborone United this season. They won by a healthy 6 points over Township Rollers in the BTC Premiership.
These are the old.
Well, you look at this match, William, and you probably rightfully assume Botswana are the favorites, but in terms of the rankings in Africa, very little difference between them. 45th on the continent are Botswana, or 54 teams rather. Only the Mauritius and Seychelles.
I guess as well, what you might take into account is in Botswana, for me is means the focus on the players is just football, and meaning that the training is a little bit are coming from a league that is very good. That's once again is his ability as a striker. He puts defenders under that sort of pressure where fouls are committed, and which works in his favor.
Might have expected a little better from Mencien. Now, Elvin Michel, who plays for Saint Michel in the Seychelles, it's just setting the wall.
So now, as that piece, that for me is an opportunity. I mentioned the early presence of Wepisang, but also the possibility from the second ball. And depending on just if you can get past the wall, just how much of the ball will the keeper see? I mean, it's a very difficult situation for any goalkeeper.
Well, it will be taken direct on the wall. That's precisely what the wall is meant to do, and that one fended away behind now for a Botswana corner. Titsele with the take. I whipped in right on top of Michel. He's got gloves on that. And try and get it further along, and now they can break the Seychelles. The robust but fair challenge, and he's one for the Zebras down the center of the park with Titsele. Crunching challenge again. And it's gone in favor of Botswana, much to the dismay. Well read by Don Franchet. Slip through now, best opportunity of the game for the Seychelles, and Leroy currently has tried to chip the goalkeeper.
Which was a good idea. If you look at where the goalkeeper was initially, I thought he was on point, but Poco realized that he was in a very bad position and then quickly recovered to his goal line.
Botswana on the offensive. Perhaps it was worth a go for Monty Enosa. Goes by the nickname Maradona, but also more recently has gone by the nickname Ngele, and they are backing him to replace one of their elder statesmen in the national team. And that's one of the points you have to make, is that it for in
of Enosa is very impressive because he still plays for a first division side. He's not even playing in the Premier League.
He will be next season, though. They did earn promotion. 11 Angels, his side, just earned promotion through the playoffs of this past season.
Poor take from the goalkeeper. Luckily that they team that take full advantage of that moment.
Enosa gets it out to Cooper, cleans up.
But the point I'm trying to make is, you know, as you're playing in the first division, you hardly get an opportunity to be noticed.
That's how good he is.
And so for him, his ability speaks volume that has been spotted. But he's been going through the ranks, under 17, under 20, so that has given him that recognition. He's got experience at this level, but not maybe at the senior national.
He started or just contributed to the under 17 COSAFA Cup in 2019. Did he Enosa?
This is what this tournament is all about, And some leagues obviously don't have the privilege of having that many players that are developing. What they do have is a team that must play. You know, but for the qualifiers, for COSAFA, for everything. But South Africa obviously have the leverage. Even the AP Municipal League is just as strong. So they got the option to be able to pick from all the different levels, and not too many countries have that privilege. Every now and then a coach makes the decision to restart the clock once again by bringing young stars, and that obviously will be given the experience to feature in the upcoming. In that middle of the park seems to go past him.
Cooper upended by Marie. clear foul from the captain. Well, we welcome everyone who's joining us from all over the continent and indeed the world. And perhaps we'll delve a little deeper into the tournament structure during this first couple of teams.
But it doesn't quite work. And listening to the coach was so detailed, and when you listen to how the plan is supposed to work, you think to yourself, man, oh man, we're going to see something well. It hasn't quite come through at the moment. It's just in flashes of what the coach wanted. But this being the first game, you can expect. This is what happens in tournaments, in big tournaments. That first game is always a big challenge for all coaches, and eventually things start to work in maybe second or third game, but they still need to get a win to be able to make that possible.
Well, the margin for error is minute in the group stages. Two groups of four, only the group winners progress. And they will meet the six top-seeded teams as Botswana look to get out of trouble and do at the quarter-final stage. Last year, Botswana was to get forward again, and Mencian makes a good read. Last year, Madagascar and the Comoros Islands pulled out at the last moment, so a tournament of 12 was amended to a tournament of 10. It became two groups of 5, which you might deem to be a more conventional format, but it's the way we're operating for COSAFA this year. You'll be familiar with it if you've been following the tournament for years.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Teams are seeded according to the CAP rankings, and those are obviously only joined the competition quarter-final stage. And that's when you'll expect the host country, South Africa, as well. And with this way, you expect this stadium to come alive.
Brendan Franchette is a little worse for wear, having lunged in moments ago. Another member of the current league champions in the Seychelles, La Paz, alongside plenty of others. Including his cousin.
Last kick from the goalkeeper wasn't the best, but let's see how he does now. Much better. He gets the height, gets the distance. Possibility of the second ball in favor of the Seychelles.
There's a bit of height. Norris, Meli, certainly fall in that category, as does the captain, Marie. Statues I wonder if you noticed last night, Banyana versus Nigeria, I think of the starting 11s, just what my eye told me, I would say that all 11 Nigerian players were taller than probably the tallest South African on the park. Maybe Sticks was taller than a couple, but in terms of the outfielders, much bigger than the South Africans, who came away with a win in the end. That doesn't matter, does it?
Listen, it's not only in that game for me, just for all the players that comes from the western side of the continent. They're well built. Men as well are equally just as built, and which is where their strength comes from.
Oh, brilliantly slipped through. A nice covering tackle. And he had to get that one right. Did Juninho Matteo, with already on a yellow card, but he's thwarted Tatinyani here. Must point out that the two best opportunities for Botswana so far have come first from a cross from Talani and now from a very clever stab pass from the same player. Good take by Cooper. Inosa. Worked out to the left. Now the cross does come in. It was a crucial header away, but still not clear. Struck towards goal. Perhaps a little ineffectually by Son.
They are on the back foot. I think that is clear for everyone to see. Seychelles. It's just that Botswana maybe they're losing a little bit of direction when they get into that second play. But you can see the effort is excellent. There's quite excellent wing play as well. They're delivering balls to the box. The matter of time before Hussein gets a hold of a decent cross. That's a problem of wearing those gloves as a goalkeeper. You can't your boots.
Not a problem that you had earlier in your career, though.
Listen, that's why I know exactly what's going on. But sometimes the gloves themselves are so sticky to take them out and eventually put them on. I'm telling you, it just goes on forever.
But surely, during the era of gloves, you didn't wish for the non-glove era.
Not at all.
Definitely.
The quality of the gloves from our time has transformed into some levels like we've never seen before, and which obviously helps to take the sting of the shot, pushes the ball way better, the grip is better. There's just so much to get. The finger saves and protect you from your fingers. That's why goalkeepers of the old have got all kinds of twisted fingers.
Certainly improved leaps and bounds, as has all football equipment, I guess. Indeed, balls, boots, even the technology and the fabrics of the kits these days.
The training, the conditioning, it's more scientific. That's why coaches must spend a bit of time in class, obviously, to understand those levels.
Millie is ready to game. Juninho gets it away. That's not far enough. Picked up by the captain, Marie. Nice composure from Mansien. Francheks couldn't locate a teammate. Initially, a heavy touch from Millie has the ball got away from him, but fouled. He attempted to regather.
Once again, it's the number 13, the right full back. Look at where he is.
Yeah.
He's got incredible energy, and his engine room is just unbelievable. I mean, this is what he's going to be doing throughout the 90 minutes, and which is the demand of what is expected of him. That's why, for me, I feel like the attacking three are still not effective enough because of the fact that they need to play a little bit closer in the central part of the field to make this work. But that's why obviously comes from what I can see now. It seems to be huffing and puffing.
He is a bit, a couple of times he's been caught out just catching up with the defensive line. He's one of 3 players who is from St. Louis. He's in the squad, but only one that's managed to make the starting 11 today. Cleverly nicked away. This is Corali. Corali still with the ball. Managed to turn it inside. It's a shot from range. Oh, it's speculative best. The Seychelles team using the COSAFA Cup as a great preparation for 2023 Indian Ocean Games. Feature Mauritius, Comoros and Madagascar. They won the gold all the way back in 2011 in football. Oh, really again. He's read it so well.
He's been the star of the show in that defense, in that center. His height obviously comes in very handy, but also I think he reads the game very well. The tackles that he makes. He's got a great timing to get stuck in that part.
A huge influence for Foresters, that he turns out for the Seychelles. Every player in the squad, apart from Mancien, plays in the homeland. Oh, this is working kindly for Botswana. Still alive for them in the 18-yard area. Eventually, nothing materializes from that moment. Yeah, Pilapi has, as you pointed out, rightfully pointed out not so long ago, a terrific engine on him. Well, the Seychelles have ambitions of making it through to the quarterfinals. It's for the very first time. But it's obviously going to be quite a tough ask. Again, full swing and a bit of defensive work. Last appearance was here in Durban in 2019 at the Seychelles, and they didn't manage to net a single goal. They lost 3-0 to Malawi in their opener, and then drew 0-0 with Mozambique before being beaten 3-0 by Namibia. But what's interesting is the previous year in Botswana, they did actually manage to net in each of their games. They got a draw against the Comoros Islands and Madagascar. Won all in both of those matches, and they went down 2-1 to Mozambique, but at least managed to net. Corali scored in that game against Comoros, and the man who's been particularly good at the back in Warren Belly managed to get their only goal against Madagascar. Now Cooper away from his marker, found the pass. I think more develops. It's forward by Randolph Elizabeth. No one could latch onto it. All the way through. Lovely ball. Oh, Menes almost took it into the path of Inosa, but they're able to scramble it clear here. The Seychelles, it's with Tele again, lining up a shot and curling it towards goal. Slightly off the mark.
They survive, let me put it that way. the Seychelles are surviving at the moment, and they're being made to run that much. And I can imagine the one thing that they might not have is the level of conditioning that will see them last the 90 minutes. The second half might be total difference of when the league finished. Unlike the Seychelles, who hasn't had even a week.
Well, Botswana haven't played any friendlies in preparation for this tournament, but they've been in camp since the 24th of June. So they've had, they've had a period where they really have preparation. Another thing might be the travel was obviously not as taxing for Botswana. They arrived in Durban on Saturday at about 8 p.m. Whereas the Seychelles, they departed 9 a.m. on that Saturday, took a flight to Johannesburg and then a bus to Durban, arriving at midnight.
If you don't understand how the traveling can impact your conditioning, then you need to do a little bit of research. The recovery that it takes a player to come back to his great level, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, depending on what you do as well. That are some of the things that maybe can be a very big challenge for coaches. What do you do to help the players recover quickly?
We're well into the minutes of additional time, but you feel we will go beyond that, just catering for this injury. Just a reminder, as we're seeing visuals of the fans that have turned out for this game, free entry. They'll be at the King Zwelithini Stadium for the next 4 days, and on Sunday they take it to Princess Makoko whilst we remain here at the King Zwelithini Stadium, though. That's obviously to accommodate the final matches that have to be played simultaneously. So two final Group A matches between the island nations of the Seychelles, Comoros, and Botswana and Angola. They'll be playing at Princess Makoko and King Zwelithini Stadium respectively, and the following day Mauritius versus Malawi in Group B at Princess Makoko, and Eswatini versus Lesotho right here live in Paki. Michael Mancien appears to be struggling somewhat. 34 years of age, he's on his debut for the Seychelles. What a career he's had. Perhaps didn't shape up in exactly the way that some might have assumed when he was one of the most highly touted prospects in the world. A good decade and a half back. Still turned down for the likes of Hamburg and Nottingham Forest, Wolves, after his time at Chelsea came to an end. So that's a halftime whistle from the Polopati, and there's nothing to report in terms of goals here at the King Zwelithini Stadium. Seychelles have managed to shut out Botswana, threatened a few times on the break, but not able to conjure anything yet.
Incident is ready and safe to travel. So why not invite Abondase and take a leap from the Oregon Gorge Swing, the highest swing of its kind. From the mighty Ukashaka Drakensberg Mountains to the warm KZN beaches, they're keen fun. The Zulu Kingdom is an action adventure. Join SABC2 this month for a return of some familiar favorites. We strive for a better balance between man and nature with an all-new 50-50 Mondays at 7. An all-new Decut TV Wednesdays at 7:30. Your musical host with the most, Emo Adams, is back with an all-new Noot for Noot Thursdays at 7. Zola Nene and Fritz Square continue their search for SA's next taste master in an all-new season, Fridays at 7. Your favorites on your favorite channel, SABC2, where you belong.
I'm Zola Nene.
I'm Fritz Square.
and we are super excited to be returning as judges for season 3 of the Tastemaster SA.
We're looking for amazing flavors, excellent technique, and incredible base.
3,
2, 1.
let's
Make more memories.
join 12 top South African bakers on their journey to become the ultimate Tastemaster.
That's the Tastemaster SA on Fridays at 7 p.m. on SABC2.
You belong. This month, Solutions 24 returns with a brand new season. We once actually got to a point where we gave up on our idea.
It's going to take more time than you think would make.
13 social entrepreneurs changing lives and positively impacting communities in South Africa with their innovative ideas.
We can't just be selfish and just think of ourselves. We have to think of everybody.
And then you got to learn how to stand up for yourself. You got to learn how to almost stand up for your space. No, life happens and you need to be able to take the bull by its horns.
I'm the great tragic actress. I wanted to make people cry and feel better.
Sundays at 8 p.m. right here on SABC2.
Nkambi za bola ya Seychelles.
Because of the travel arrangements and all the players playing in the national team, they moved fixtures originally scheduled for Saturday to a Friday, and Foresters couldn't honour the fixture coming from different islands. They couldn't travel from the main to the inner islands, and La Paz got a walkover, so they automatically got 3 points, and Saint Michel ended second, 2 points behind them. Very comfortable from the goalkeeper. Alvin Michel. Franchette looks long. Away by Cooper.
Look at Cooper. I mean, you don't expect much from him because of his height, but he jumps so well.
The ball was started by Marlon Rose. Crosses one again. Like Botswana have it. Kabui. Ball played right through the center. It's a good cutout. Messier started his career with the Chelsea Academy, highly touted. Now well played in, and a terrific power on that header, just not the accuracy that was required from Kitsum Pisam.
This is one thing, talking to the coach, this is the one thing that I mentioned about him, is his aerial power and presence in that box, and also he's such a big striker that can also play with his back to goal to allow midfielders to join him for combination play. This time he doesn't get it right, he doesn't hit the direct target.
A terrific cross as well by Baukitre and Talainen. Operating out of that right-hand flank. An early yellow card here has been brandished in the direction of Juninho Mateo. Foul on Vesabaka Tatanyane. Currently on the books of Twaneng Galaxy, previously at Miscellaneous FC. Call goes in favor of the Seychelles, ranked 52nd in Africa, the lowest team in the COSAFA region.
In Botswana, there's a little bit of quite a few players that are fully professionally run, and unlike in Seychelles, that for me is basically means the focus on the players is just football. and meaning the training is a little bit better, the league is a bit more competitive, so a lot of players are coming from a league that is very competitive.
A free kick in a wonderfully promising position here for Botswana, won by Kitso Pisang. 25-year-old was born in the front of town.
That once again is his ability as a striker. He puts defenders under that sort of pressure where fouls are committed, and which works in his favor.
Might have expected a little better from Vincent. Now, Elvin Michel plays for San Michel in the Seychelles. Just setting the wall.
Chalana set piece. That for me is an opportunity. I mentioned the early presence of Wipisang, but also the possibility from the second ball. And depending on just if you can get past the wall, just how much of the ball will the keeper see? I mean, it's a very difficult situation for any goalkeeper.
But will be taken direct on the wall. That is precisely what the wall is meant to do, and that's what fended away behind now for a Botswana corner. Zele with the take. I whipped it right on top of Michel. He's got gloves on that. Try and get it further along, and now they can break the Seychelles. Otsusi Cooper. A robust but fair challenge, and he's one for the Zebras. Now the centre of the park with Zele. Oh, crunching challenge again. And it's not in favour of Botswana, much to the dismay of the Pirates of the Seychelles.
It's not only in that game for me, just for all the players that comes from the western side of the continent. You know, they're well built. Men as well are equally just as built, and which is where the strength comes from.
Oh, brilliantly slipped through. A nice covering tackle. And he had to get that one right. Janino Matteo was already on a yellow card, but he's thwarted Tazanyani here. Must point out that the two best opportunities for Botswana so far have come first from a cross from Talani and now from a very clever stab pass from the same player. Take by Cooper. Inosa. Worked out to the left. Now the cross does come in. It was a crucial header away, but still not
That's a clever touch from Mateo. Turned 22 just earlier this year. Oof, he's really gone sliding in here and he could be off. Doesn't want to make eye contact with the referee body. Last warning.
That first run from Mr. Buddy, I thought he was going for his pocket.
Yeah, was he in control? I'm not sure. He won it, but it's a bit of a dangerous one. He's been on a yellow card since the 13th minute when he tangled with Tatinyane. Most recent meetings between these two sides both came in 2019, the second and third meeting that was in qualifying for the 2020 Chan tournament. Botswana won 2-0 at home. Tadione Ditlokwe, who we spoke of earlier, scored, as well as Sekholami Boy. And then the Seychelles home leg, Botswana won 3-1. A 5-1 aggregate victory. It didn't eventually end up going to Chan, but they got through their first round obligation. Tero Sitsile scored a brace in that 3-1 win. Joel Mokhorosi adding the other. Elton Monet, who's on the bench for the Seychelles today, scored their only goal. It was actually an equalizer at 1-1, but eventually Botswana ran away with it. It's a good ball. And an inventive touch. It doesn't quite come off for them. Now, just over 10 minutes to see out. Motsimfoti has had a whole host of changes. His efforts to try and collect all 3 points. Wasteful from Don Franchette. He, like his cousin, now has gone down.
Crampy, more than anything.
Brendan Franchette withdrawn not so long ago. Coach Vivian Bott, in his early 50s now. And he's really been around in terms of Seychelles football.
The concern that I made earlier about the conditioning of the two teams, which Botswana mentioned that they're semi-professional, and the level of fitness and their competitiveness is a lot higher than that. And you can see right now, these players are going through that moment where the league finished very late a week ago, so players are fatigued. And also just they've been made to run. Botswana keeping ball possession, just knocking it, recycling it. And that is actually more taxing to the team that is chasing. And that's what the Seychelles have been doing throughout the first half and in the second half.
Don Franchette, another league champion, La Paz. So those players will be on a high. It's just 4 or 5 days ago that they collected the league championship. The same token, the players who play for Saint Michel, who are in it until the final day, will perhaps be a little deflated. Cooper slightly overcooks that pass.
By the way, Grant, we got it's another tournament that draws attention from all levels of those that have interest in the game. I saw Mr. Matthews, who's a part of Supersport United, the manager is Scout. He's in the house with some scouts from abroad.
Oh, tries to squeeze it in at the near post. Now that would have wrapped up proceedings. Ramoachi can't get his sights right. There's always plenty of scouts at COSAFA, and you see year on year, especially in South Africa's top flight and in the first division, now the Motsepe Foundation Championship, that plenty of players are recruited from this tournament, especially if they've impressed in this tournament. Some to better effects than others, but
Mark Fish is another, obviously representing COSAFA as one of the technical team members, and these are high-profile individuals that have made a big difference in South African football, or should I say, internationally, for that matter. So we'll be bringing some of the names as the competition progresses.
Kebu, it's his goal that separates the two sides. 2 minutes into the final 10. Boko is allowed to advance. Seychelles sitting off. Sele looking over the top. Meli not able to scramble it clear. Botswana still have it. Ngolo to Cooper. Now Cooper has it back. Have a little disguised pass. I think Ramoachi was reluctant to pull the trigger there, just considering his earlier effort.
Which was not different from the first, eventually.
Yeah.
It's beginning to open up even a bit more for Botswana. I mean, if you look at that combination passes in that taking day, it's something that they didn't get much success from, because in the way that the Seychelles are just sitting and making sure that area is congested, there's hardly space to breathe.
Lovely touch from Titsele. Spread out to the right-hand flank. Ramoachi to David. Back to Ramoachi. Titsele. Oh, lovely ball in. And Meli gets a touch. It was offside in any case. The defender was not aware of that and had to make the intervention. The flag of Dimbiniana and Driatiana Rivelo was up very promptly. You impressed? How was that? Is that okay? You going to try and say the second assistant's name now?
But now, who actually gets to the ball first?
Yeah, I think he's...
Lakova, I think, was in line with the rest of the defensive line, but he might have seen a bluish shirt on the far side.
And that was Mangolo, who was about a yard offside, but not interfering with play. Cooper missed times one.
Literally less than 5 minutes remaining, obviously not including additional time. Dangerous time of the game. The goalkeeper's got the sun in his face, and also the defenders. It's anybody's ball.
They've hung it up there. Billy gets onto it. Poco makes the claim. Cecilia. Lekoba. Cooper has plenty of willing runners even at this late stage. He's found Ramoachi. He has a go, low effort.
Gain another offside.
Yeah. Ditsile away from his man as if he wasn't there, but now the Seychelles in possession. Lifted up fields, poor touch, possession ceded.
One touch too many.
Minnie's pass cut out. And Marie won it momentarily from Cooper. Had it nicked back off him, but the referee's call was in his favor.
Teo struggling once again.
Well, the Seychelles have picked what is their strongest available side. They do have a few absentees, other players who do play outside of their borders. Carl Hopbridge is in Berlin. He's on preseason with his club. Charmaine Lawrence, who also plays in Germany, is injured at the moment. Strong header clear by Cooper. There's a 21-year-old Mote. Helps to keep the ball alive for the Pirates.
Of the Caribbean.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, it's in jest, obviously, but it's not entirely accurate. Indian Ocean side, Seychelles. But perhaps you're alluding to Mote's look is very Captain Jack Sparrow-esque. Eased away from danger. That's surely a foul, yeah, the whistle is forthcoming. About to hit the 90-minute mark here at the Kings Villatini Stadium. We're waiting to learn, as you are at home, how much additional time there will be. It's 3 minutes, we can inform you.
Is it enough for Seychelles to bounce back? In a game of football, always possible.
Got that away. The Rapa United man. Ball back alive with Botswana and their goalkeeper Boko. Largely untested over the course of in 90 minutes that have transpired. Now that may have struck the hands, but still Botswana continue here. 3 waiting in the area for the Zebras, another offside called. Eight offsides for Botswana, none for the Seychelles. That makes sense. Of course, they haven't been attacked very frequently. There will be a change here for Botswana in the closing stages of the match. Kapitapede is the man who's coming on here for Benson Mangolo.
It'll be interesting just to see even the shots on goal. I'm not talking about. I would like to know those on target to start with, if there was any from the Seychelles.
The Seychelles still have a little bit of time left. The captain, Benoit Marie, with an ambitious effort. And still nothing to trouble Poko. The Seychelles will actually be contesting their 30th COSAFA match in their next outing. That's against Angola on Thursday. It'll be their first meeting with Angola as well. And Botswana take on the Comoros Islands. It's on Thursday. It's a side that they've met once before. A goalless draw in 2009 was the result. That's cleverly done. Immediately involved is Tibede. Has ball taken away from him. Has to scramble back here. Kopilang. Poku composed. Kabui out to Kolahamo. Ramoachi. Space for Dr. Davids, but as a consequence of being offside.
I'll be very interested to see which of the two players was off. It's not going to matter.
It won't matter. Botswana emerged victorious in the opening game of the 2022 Hollywood Bets COSAFA Cup. They've defeated Seychelles by 1-0 thanks to a headed effort early in the second half from their 25-year-old captain, Tato Kepue. And they will head into their next game against the Comoros Islands, having laid a good foundation. Only one will advance from Group A, and right now, Botswana, as things stand, in pole position. They'll keep a close eye on the match to come to see how that shapes up. We'll know a lot more in the coming days about the complexion of the respective groups, but it's Botswana who get the first win of the competition, 1-0 over the Seychelles.
So why not invite Abondase and take a leap from the RB Gorge swing, the highest swing of its kind, from the mighty Ukasa.
Karitine, Ma Africa Dance, an invitation to an exploratory journey to find words